Follow me to your next beach adventure. Follow me.
I'm very particular about, and everyone's gonna laugh, but listen, everybody poops. Everybody poops, right? We all poop. Especially women. You say you don't. We all poop. A travel bidet. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people bring wipes and things like that, but even though it says like, oh, these are flushable wipes, things, be careful with cruise lines,
Especially
right?
on a ship, yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Those-
not worth it. You really shouldn't be
Those
flushing.
aquatic
Yes.
septic toilets are not, they're not the same as land,
No,
sorry
you
y'all.
should not, and you shouldn't even honestly be flushing any of those, even if they say flushable. It gets through your system. So things like a travel bidet and stuff like that, for me, I just feel like are awesome. Also, this was just something I used to always do when I would travel with friends. Depending on your comfort level, we call them lobby poops. So, you know, maybe everybody's in the room trying to get ready all at once and you don't want to kind of stink up the bathroom. We would call them lobby poops, and there's a bunch of restrooms all over the boat, right? So maybe if everybody's in the room all at once, maybe you find another area to do your business, you know?
Yeah.
And then that way it just kind of keeps things a bit fresh for everybody.
Support you.
Right, and I also am very big on Dramamine. I've never really had an issue with boats, especially these very larger ships don't tend to have as many issues because they're so large. You really can't feel the rough like waves and just things like that. But honestly, even if you are fine with ships, take some Dramamine in the morning.
Yep.
Just take one each morning. I think it's
you need
worth
to take it before you get sick.
Right.
So take it before you get sick. Just
Right.
take it in the morning, every time the same day. If that's the best time, just keep taking it and you'll be fine.
I think it's great. Take
My
it, especially
dad
take
did
it.
not do as well because he did not take it in time. But
Yeah.
like once he started taking it and it was in his system, you're good.
I think it's definitely always worth, even if you don't get sick, just take it.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it makes people a little sleepy. I know they have a non-drowsy Dramamine option. You know what non-drowsy Dramamine is? Ginger.
Yeah.
That's it. So
you either take the drug or you don't.
yeah. One thing I think for the rooms, again, this is everybody's different preference. Like you had mentioned about packing light. I don't like to pack a lot of valuables, jewelry, those types of things. Some people do. Some people, those are their possessions, are special to them. They want to bring them. There are safes in the room. And even though I've never had any kind of issues with theft or anything like that, I just don't think it's worth it. Like when I go on a vacation like that, I'll usually get a silicone band for like my wedding ring or just different things like that. I'm not going to bring fancy jewelry to wear for dinners or anything like that. I just leave it at home. Another thing is, this is a big thing, especially on Reddit, which, hey, you know what? Reddit is a great place to learn tips as well for cruise lines. Good stuff. But is the pool deck chairs. Don't be a dick. Don't hog a bunch of chairs. You're not allowed to save chairs, and people do, and sometimes the staff will take your stuff and sometimes they won't.
In fact, they actually have a sign now in Royal Caribbean, at least on the
they have
cruise
a
I was
sign.
on, that says that just be aware after like 2 hours, I think they say they'll take your stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you do want somewhere to place your items, if you're with a group of people, maybe just take everybody's stuff and put it on one chair. Just one chair. You're not taking up all this additional space.
Less likely to be taken.
Right. You go and you jump in the pool. Maybe you're there for a few minutes. You come out and that's it. But like, if you're with a group of people, maybe just one person sits and hangs out with the stuff. Like, or if it's something to wear, you really want to have some space and lounge chairs. I usually like to get deck chairs on like the deck above the pool. Because everybody wants to be at the pool. I get it,
I do
right?
like those.
Yeah.
They're really great ones.
Yeah, but the decks that are above the pool usually have so
and you can
many
see
chairs.
the whole thing.
And you can see the whole thing. And yeah, you can't just
better
jump up
sun
and go.
exposure, to
Right.
be honest.
You can't just jump up and go to the pool. I get it, but for me,
Yeah.
it's nice because there's usually much more space up there.
Yeah, I agree.
But also just talking about like don't be a dick or whatever is thinking about the elevator situation. Okay, so a cruise ship contains a lot of decks.
Yes.
And you have to, get up and down if you're going all the way up to get to the buffet, or if you're going, downstairs to some of the other rooms. Like, you're going to be going up and down a lot. Something for me is if you are able-bodied, try your best to take the stairs when you can. always nice just to obviously understand that there's some people who absolutely need to use the elevator. So it's nice to just be like, you know what, I'm in an okay position to get up and down the stairs. I'm going to use the stairs. But also, in preparation for your cruise, a lot of times what I have done is I'll actually start like a workout regimen of like the Stairmaster or something like that.
I've heard that.
Knowing that I'm going to be going up and down the stairs a lot, just so I can kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
Man, there's been times where if I'm not used to it and I go up maybe like one flight of stairs, I'm winded, man. Like, you just gotta. So really, other than that, I think for me at least is, again, similar to what you said about packing light. I don't pack a ton of stuff, and if I do, it's a lot of just very either t-shirts or maybe bathing suit cover-ups or things like that, right? Just something you can throw
like
on.
Knowing your atmosphere.
Yeah,
right?
knowing your atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we talked about this before, like where I talked about my 5-5-5 rule, where I'm like 5 shirts, 5 pants, 5 dresses, and like it's adaptive.
It's always nice. Sometimes some people like to bring their own sheets. I don't really care.
Yeah. I usually sometimes bring a blanket every once in a while,
blanket.
but that also is if I have a flight, because it's so cold on a flight.
Yes. Also, sometimes people prefer to bring their own towels because even though, yes, similar to a hotel, towels are provided, but sometimes, I mean, I used to be a little bit heavier, and I remember always kind of struggling because the standard towels I couldn't like wrap them all the way around me.
Sure.
And it was frustrating, especially if you're rooming with like a friend or something and you wanted to stay modest. It was kind of like, oh, you know, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So maybe bring a towel that you're more comfortable with, or maybe that's size appropriate for you if you feel comfortable with that. Another thing that I brought one year, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, was just like a cotton robe. Like, not one of those big fluffy ones, like really, really, really small, like I crumple it up and throw it in. Because same thing, I stayed with a friend, and even though we've known each other forever, it's fine, I don't need to be like modest around her. It was just nice that if I got out of the shower, I could just throw that on instead of having to wear a towel. Yeah, and then I could go about the room and do my makeup and do my hair and do all the stuff and not have to be like fully dressed and everything yet. So that was nice for me. Another thing that again, this is just my preference, while the dining room obviously will take you no matter what, you know, you are on a cruise, this is your dining experience, your cruise experience. I love the dress-up nights. Like, they have specific nights, especially the very last
formal
night.
Night.
Yeah, like formal nights.
White night.
Right.
Like,
I love those. I absolutely love them.
Like, join them.
Right, because not only that, you know, I just feel like, I mean, at least for me, right? I live in Florida. Everywhere you go, you wear flip-flops. It doesn't matter. So the nights where it's like, ooh, yeah, wear like this floor-length gown to dinner. Heck yeah, I'm going to take advantage of dressing up and be, you know, like I'm going to prom or something like that. I think it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's just for me. So during the day, bathing suits, shorts, just whatever to keep you cool. And then at night, I bring fun dresses or whatever kind of themes. And then again, check the app because a lot of times it'll tell you, what is it, like 72 to 48 hours ahead of the cruise. Sometimes it'll tell you what the nights are. You get assigned like a specific eating time. There's usually 2. Right, there's like the first wave, or I forget what they call it.
Like 5. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second one. So either you eat earlier or you eat later. I think it's like 5 and 8 or something like that.
Yep.
I like to eat earlier. I just eat earlier. I'm getting older. I love me like a good, you know, early bird special. Yeah, absolutely. But one thing I didn't realize years ago was that unless I was with a group of people, they will put you with other people. So
I didn't realize that either. You
Yes.
have like assigned a table.
Right.
Like you show up and they like bring you to a table, and then every day after that, for the first day, they're like, okay, you know where your table is.
Right.
So, like, go to your
you
table.
have your own table, and then you have your own waiter each night. But again,
and that waiter will be with you for the whole week, which is nice because you get to meet that person and like, get to know them.
You really, I love it. I've
really
oh
cool.
man,
Yeah.
I've had so many fun stories with like our waiters throughout our cruise experiences, and just being.
So that's really nice about having that.
Yeah. But that's the thing is,
and every night's a different theme.
Yes.
So they'll have like a Mexican night or an Italian night, or whatever the night is. And so it's kind of cool.
But yeah, that was one thing I didn't realize until many, many years ago when I took a cruise, where most of the time when I cruised, I was with a larger group of people. So when we got seated for our reservation, it was maybe a table of 6 or a table of 8 or whatever it might be. Now, one cruise I took with my husband, since it was just the 2 of us, we ended up being at a table with 4 other people who were also groups of couples. So that was the thing, is when we first sat down, we were so confused. We're like, why are we just sitting with random people? But that's how they do that. So,
Yep.
you know,
Don't be too surprised.
Don't be too surprised. Don't make a big stink about it. If you really are that uncomfortable and you don't want to eat with other people, you know, maybe then go to a specialty restaurant or
they'll try to see.
Other than that, I think honestly is just remember to use your sunscreen and remember to stay hydrated. It's important, folks, especially because you're out on the sea. You know, stay hydrated.
Thank you, Nikki, for talking to us about your cruise experience.
Absolutely.
Nikki is one of my cruise experts, and it looks like she's going to try to book with us later this year for some cruise. So get excited to have maybe some live talk with her.
Ooh.
And see what we can learn from Nikki on
only
her cruise
on the
expertise.
formal dining night. We'll do a full interview.
Yes. All right. We love it all. Thank you all. Thank you, Nikki.
Dreaming of your next beach getaway? Contact me today.